Good evening. Right now, I don't know. Liz Truss doesn't know. Nobody knows. But it's all falling apart yet again. The Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has been fired just weeks into the job, apparently for having secret documents on her phone. Suella, in her resignation letter, attacks the government for breaking its promises. Suella is angry. Join the club, Suella. Liz Truss has appointed as her replacement, we hear, Grant Shapps, the moderate Tory MP and former minister who was a leading plotter against Liz Truss. Search me. If things carry on like this for much longer, we're all going to start feeling sorry for the Prime Minister. Her day had been unravelling fast. With a confidence vote due in about an hour's time, something I can't believe the Conservatives could actually lose, the Prime Minister had nevertheless hurriedly cancelled her afternoon engagements. She is hanging by a thread, a former senior cabinet minister told me. She could be gone at any time. All day, Liz Truss has been in repetitively apologetic form. Here's how she began Prime Minister's questions.
I have been very clear that Mr. Speaker, that I am sorry and that I have made mistakes. But the right thing to do in those circumstances is to make changes, which I've made, and to get on with the job and deliver for the British people.
Keir Starmer must be hoping that, as the least popular Prime Minister pollsters can ever remember, she stays in number 10 for as long as possible. That's in his interests. But he has to play the game. And play the game he did.
It was a mandate built on fantasy economics, and it ended in disaster. The country's got nothing to show for it except the destruction of the economy and the implosion of the Tory party. I've got the list here. 45p tax cut, gone. Corporation tax cut, gone. 20p tax cut, gone. 2-year energy freeze, gone. Tax-free shopping, gone. Economic credibility, gone.
To which she had this reply.
Mr. Speaker, I am a fighter and not a quitter.
A fighter, not a quitter. Now, that's a famous phrase in politics. Liz Truss nicked it from Peter Mandelson, who first said it back in 2001 when he won his Hartlepool seat in the general election. He was much mocked for it at the time, but it still has some kind of resonance as a defiant "I'm not done yet" battle cry. Mandelson had lost his government job after a scandal. Back then, he roared to the crowd. It was said, "I was facing political oblivion, my career in tatters, never to be part of the political living again." Which sounds familiar. But come back he did for a succession of big jobs under Blair and Brown. In politics, Truss seems to be saying there can be life after death. Well, maybe there can, but death first. On a day which also saw the Prime Minister, well, the person who has that title at the moment, suspend one of her key advisers for leaking poisonously against the former Chancellor Sajid Javid, and contrary to previous briefing, saying that she would keep the triple lock protection for pensions, the fall of Suella Braverman, foe of tofu eaters, immigrants and liberals, brought matters to a frenzied head. In her resignation letter, she told the Prime Minister, "I have concerns about the direction of this government. Not only have we broken key pledges that were promised to our voters, but I've had serious concerns about this government's commitment to honouring manifesto commitments, such as reducing inflation." Now, that is quite a blast at Truss from the right of the Tory party, and they won't be any happier with the appointment of Grant Shapps, the former Transport Minister and key anti-Truss plotter. Now, Shapps is a good performer and an affable cove, but this has only added to the jangly and angry mood among Tory MPs. Now, as I said at the start, I am not sure about anything. Who could be? But it's beginning to look as if the Tory party, having tried slaughtering one leader, and then a policy revolution which crashed and burned, and then all of those U-turns, is now saying to itself, what haven't we tried? Oh, I know. Let's try civil war.